Hello and welcome to Apex to Oval, where you can find your weekly motorsports news recap. Today's first article. Oh, I'm Alex. That's Jack.
Hello.
And let's get into these. The first NASCAR news story was Hooters, the restaurant chain Hooters, paid Hendrick Motorsports $900,000 in settlement. Hooters has been sponsoring NASCAR since the 1990s and most recently sponsored Chase Elliott since 2017, but that has come to an end after Hooters could not pay their financial obligations to Hendrick Motorsports. The original amount wanted by Hendricks was $1.7 million, but was later settled at $900,000. Jack, what do you on a NASCAR legend livery going down the drain?
Um, realistically, I don't know. I never really cared for it. I mean, I'm glad that Hendrick could recoup something. Um, I guess it's bad that a longtime sponsor's leaving the sport, but we kind of knew with, the fact that they just haven't kept up with this like day and age. You know, I've, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I get your drift. On to the next one. So if you don't know F1, you might not know who Liam Lawson is. He is rumored to be gone already, which is not true. I don't think. Horner said he's staying, so
For now,
but Liam Lawson said he would want to race in NASCAR at some point. Lawson went to Concord, North Carolina with Ford, who is the Red Bull engine supplier for 2026, to do a virtual test of the NASCAR next gen car with Noah Gragson and said, end quote, dude, I would love to do a race. Yeah, 100%. Jack, what are your thoughts on Liam Lawson possibly going to NASCAR after he is sacked after next race?
another
That
New
part's
Zealander in the
not
field
joking, but
would
oh
be
my
funny.
God.
Um, but no, I mean, clearly he's a talented driver.
Yeah.
Um, I guess I don't know if he's really driven much like in this vein. I mean, obviously, I don't think he's driven stock cars, but I don't know if he's driven like supercars or
Hey.
anything or any
I
endurance stuff.
I don't know. I know
But
he's done a ton of formulas, like a ton of them. Um,
clearly, the
but
talent
I
will
don't.
translate, though. Like, he'd do okay, at least on the road courses.
Liam Lawson's very talented. I think, just gonna say it, like, yes, he's not really good right now. Like, he hasn't gotten to the points in a Red Bull that is clearly decently strong. But I mean, Max racing is not like
Are you
no. I don't think anyone will ever replicate that. So let's like hold the. Let's
are
not
you
say
starting
he's
to
gonna get
believe me on
sacked
all
in
the Checo
Japan.
stuff?
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally with you on all that. Dude, I saw I saw a TikTok in it while I was walking back to my dorm earlier. And it was like I think it was one of the sports people. They interviewed Horner was like, well, you paid Checo all that money to leave. Do you really think that was the right choice? Because Liam Lawson has not performed. And Horner was just like, oh my God, please stop asking this. Um,
I just it Max likes the car so I think loose in the front.
Funked. It's funk. It's funked up, is what it is.
And
It's funky.
so like, as like Albon and others have said, it like supposedly gets worse as far as it gets tilted more towards how Max likes it and away from how like any other driver likes it throughout the season.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
also
see. But
I also feel like no other driver will currently, or will ever drive like Max in his driving style. Like maybe there are people that are like, people that are kind of close to him, but not as extreme. Like Max likes that he wants to yank it into like it's crazy. So it makes
it
sense that,
feels like half the grid has gotten a shot at it.
oh yeah, well you got
Like
Gasly, you got Albon, you got Carlos, you got Danny Rick last year, and Danny
previously,
Rick was
yeah.
actually good. And then Danny Rick was actually good in that car. You had Perez, Liam Lawson. They're saying he might get replaced with Yuki.
I
I
mean,
don't
I
want
would argue
that.
that Yuki
I don't
probably
want.
deserved the shot in the first place. Um,
Yeah, but I don't. His career is going to be ruined after that. No driver can be a second driver to Max. Like you might as well just pack up the car and just let Max race by himself. Like
well, that's
there's no
why I
chance.
like the fact that they got Checo there, and he was struggling, especially towards the end. But like,
Oh yeah, he was
that's
good.
that's
Like
someone.
2023, the beginning of 2023, when he was second in the championship and very close to Max. Like he won a couple of races in the beginning, and then fell off a cliff completely. And then that transferred into 2024, fell off a cliff is the same, and then he got sacked. And it's like, Perez was a good driver. He maybe, you know, did he deserve the Red Bull seat? I mean, he was the best available. So,
He was
other
by
than
far the
like,
best available. It was like a coup for them at the time.
yeah, but
Um,
no
like it
one, no
was it
one
was
did.
big that they like finally got this great second driver instead of this
Here's the thing,
constant train of
Perez,
failures.
like Perez is known for out racing his car, right? But the Red Bull with Max's style, I don't think anyone on Earth can be a second driver day. They're all gonna struggle at some point or
Yeah.
another. Anyway, um,
But yeah, either way,
so yeah,
regardless of whether he stays in F1, it's always cool to see people go across series like that. I mean, it'll never happen with F1 because they're very, strict about who can race and when or who can test and when. But seeing drivers from other series go race in IndyCar and NASCAR and elsewhere is always good to see.
yeah. Um, on to our third and final NASCAR article. Black Tire is sponsoring NASCAR's return to Rockingham. It's been over a decade since NASCAR last raced in Rockingham. I think it was like 12 or 13 years, I believe. Um, and Black Tire will be the entitlement sponsor for the April 18th Black Tire 200 Truck Series race and presenting sponsor of the North Carolina Education Lottery 250 presented by Black Tire Xfinity Race. Um, that here's a fun fact: the last time that they raced at Rockingham, do you want to guess who? I know a couple of the drivers. Do you want to guess who some of the drivers were?
Um, I'm gonna say Crafton was still there
Who?
in the trucks. Matt Crafton.
No. The current Cup drivers.
Oh, Cup drivers.
Current Cup
Um,
drivers that were there when they last raced.
I don't know. How
They
long ago
may
is
have
this?
2013.
Would that be like Larson?
It doesn't say. Well, it says yeah. Larson won the last race, yes, in 2013.
So if it's
But there were a
that
couple other
age
drivers.
range, would that be if it's Larson? Then would it also be the trio of like Bubba, Blaney, Elliott?
Yes, two more, two current as well. Two more current.
Uh,
One of them, if I'm getting the team right, I believe he's above a teammate right now.
Reddick?
Reddick.
Okay.
And not Daniel Jones, but
Eric Jones? Okay.
yes,
What?
I had to. I had to. If I had a chance, I had to. The GOAT. Um,
Okay.
anyway, on to our F1 news stories. Three drivers were disqualified from the Chinese Grand Prix. One of them was Lewis Hamilton, who was disqualified after his skid block was 0.5 millimeters less than allowed, uh, which means his ride height was too low. Charles Leclerc was disqualified after his car was found literally 1 pound underweight, and Pierre Gasly was also disqualified for his car being found underweight. Jack, I'm in
You know
pain,
what?
but what are your thoughts?
I get that the margins are close here. It really irritated me when, although they backed it up, but like there was a clip of like I think it was Sky Sports talking about how like oh it was the width, it was like less than the width of like your ID card or something.
Yeah, it was like the width of a driver's license.
But the limits are the limits, right?
Yeah.
Like it sucks, bums you out, whatever. But the limits are the limits, and if they
Yeah.
had leeway there, the teams would treat the new like strict limit as the limit. And so
Yeah.
like at some point you got to support the penalty being applied. It just sucks that Ferrari in two different ways was pushing it.
Yeah. Double DSQ. What's funny is Ferrari and Fred and Charles tried to say that the 1 pound underweight was because of the tire tread not being as much as the rest of the teams because Charles was on a one stop that race and he took too much tread off, which caused it. Which I don't really know how true
Interesting.
that is. Like that may be true, but I don't know.
I,
That
I
seems a
feel like
little bit
whether
like an
that's true or
excuse.
not, you got to factor that in. Like
Yeah,
that still
I
isn't
agree.
that could be an explanation. It's not an excuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. Also, on the Chinese Grand Prix, Jack Doohan acquired 4 penalty points on his license in one weekend. The first 2 were acquired after a collision with fellow rookie Gabriel Bortoleto during the sprint race, and the other 2 penalty points were for forcing another rookie, Isaac Hadjar, off the track during the main race. Just for people who don't know how the penalty points work, you can accrue 12 penalty points in a 12-month period. If you acquire 11 points and then it's a year and a half later, and you only have 6 out of those 11 came from a year, those 6 get removed. So it's in a 12-month period, 12 penalty points. So Doohan has acquired a third of the penalty points for what is supposed to be a year in one race.
And through 2
And
races.
yes,
Like
through one race weekend.
they're, a tiny fraction of the way through the season, I mean.
Yes, there are
Like
2
through
races through
2
the
weeks,
season.
yeah.
Yeah, there are 2 weeks through the season, and he already has a third of the points. So Jack Doohan suspended and Franco Colapinto incoming.
It's yeah, I mean, I obviously it didn't end well for him, but last week I was kind of pleasantly surprised with his qualifying, like and his performance up until it went south. Um, it felt like he was kind of making a statement there of like, look, I can keep up with Gasly. I shouldn't be on the hot seat to all around kind of disaster there, but yeah, hopefully he picks it up.
Yeah. So a disaster for Alpine, a disaster for Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, On to our third and final one for a F1 article. Ferrari criticized Formula One management after misconstrued Hamilton radio. Lewis Hamilton's radio messages were misconstrued during the Chinese Grand Prix by Formula One management. Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur was angry after Formula One management's selection of Hamilton's messages misled fans on the role Hamilton played on him and Charles swapping cars in the GAP. For people who don't know, the Formula One management, they clip the radio messages and they'll send them to the live broadcast to be played. That's not decided by the broadcast, that's decided by Formula One management, and they decided to take out a message of Lewis saying, should I switch with Charles? I don't have the pace right now. They did not take that in and send it to the broadcast. They sent Lewis complaining to his, like, they sent after that. So they made it seem like Lewis was complaining when his engineer asked him to switch, when in reality they were trying to come up with a plan and Lewis was being aggressive, and they might have gotten taken out of context when Lewis was the one who initially said, let's switch, I don't have pace. So, Jack, what are your thoughts on that?
It's good to see the team backing him up. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you kind of expect that when they present things.
Do we ban the radio messages, Jack?
No.
Is it time?
No.
Is it time?
I think that like with any of the radio messages, there's always some sort of context, and drivers are also always complaining. Like in this case,
This is true.
I did not stay up until 3 a.m. to watch this specific part of the broadcast. I'm going to be upfront about that. But I feel like people are going to see that, and if they don't like Hamilton, they're going to take it as complaining, and if they do, they're going to see this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy that Ferrari's backing him up because I know Mercedes wouldn't have.
I don't know if they wouldn't have,
Anyway,
or if they just wouldn't
moving
have
on.
said anything no matter what happened.
They wouldn't have said anything no matter what. Let's move on to IndyCar. Fox's IndyCar broadcast was cut minutes after the green flag, causing an outrage in the IndyCar fan base. During the Thermal Club GP broadcast, the broadcast for the IndyCar GP by Fox went dark after the IndyCar production truck had an electrical issue causing the broadcast to go out. During the outage, the NASCAR Cup race was played because they were being simultaneously run.
Yeah, I mean the fact that these races overlapped time-wise was criminal.
Stupid.
However, I guess it paid off. I
Yep.
The thing is, at some point you can't really blame Fox for this. Like this is a thing that happens across all the networks from time to time. You see it in other sports all the time.
I don't.
Really
Yeah, I don't really see broadcast getting cut for a little bit.
interesting. I've seen it a lot across many
I mean,
sports, across
I
many
mean,
networks.
I've seen like games get cut because they ran over the time and there was something coming
No, 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 no,
after it.
no.
But I have never seen a broadcast being cut mid, other than the Super Bowl, but that was the lights, not the
No, I'm talking
broadcast.
about there are times where a sports game they'll lose the commentary for a while and just have a raw video feed. They won't be able to put any overlays on it. It'll cut out completely and they'll just show a technical difficulties message. You see that a lot across many networks. It's just
Oh, I've
these
never.
sort of things happen. Like there's only so much you can criticize Fox for, especially because this is the first yes, this is the first season Fox is broadcasting it. This is the first real race at Thermal Club, right?
Yeah.
And you're out in the desert, essentially. Like,
Yeah, I think the main outrage came from the the race was heavily publicized. Like Fox has been pushing
which
coverage
is
for
good.
IndyCar in the
People
race,
should not be
which is
complaining
good.
about that.
But I'm not go- that's not the complaints. That the complaints is how are you going to push? And again, this isn't fully on NASCAR's fault, but how are you going to push the race so much and the broadcast cuts out? I think that's
But
what people are mad about.
that's not Fox's fault. Like these
I
things
mean,
happen. Like they're
I would like to blame Fox for a lot of things, so I will
okay. I
gladly
mean,
blame them. But
you can, but an electrical issue like this is not exactly something that they could have prevented. If anything, they could have had
that is
better
true.
redundancy, but like I hate to break it to you, IndyCar is not a big enough draw to like double your entire production crew versus what's already a
Yeah,
big production. So like having an electrical issue, like these things happen. Broadcasts cut out a lot. The fact that
back
they
up,
still
back up.
the fact that they still are going to continue promoting it and put as much as they have into it, like I don't know, I feel like people are going to forget about it in a month.
Probably. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I personally don't have an issue with it because it cut out right as I fell asleep, and then and then I woke up as soon as it came back on. So I was chilling.
Bro was
I
taking
didn't
a
care,
nap at 3:30 p.m.
dude. I stayed up for the China GP.
Yeah.
I stayed up till 3 a.m. 3 consecutive nights to watch F1. I was tired. And I'm gonna ruin my sleep schedule, and not next week, but the week after, because the Japan GP, is at freaking 1 a.m.
Well, that's this coming weekend, right?
Nope, it is April 6th in
Oh,
two
I'm
weeks.
stupid. No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Why did I
All right,
wait?
let's get into our previous week's predictions and go over some of the races. For the trucks, Jack, you had Raja Caruth, and I had Corey Heim, who should have won. Anyway, we'll get into that. Your winner was Kyle Larson. Your remaining top 10 was Lance Riggs, Corey Heim, Tyler Ankrum, Daniel Hemrick, Ross Chastain, Jake Garcia, Chandler Smith, Grant Enfinger, and Caden Honeycutt. The most places gained was Jake Garcia going from 20th to 7th, and your most places lost was Gio Rogerio, who went from 5th to 29th. Your DNFs were Stephen Malozzi and Ben Rhodes. Jack, what do you think of the last 20 laps of the race and Corey Heim effectively losing the race because of the crappy car?
Oh no, Alex got his prediction wrong. Ah, this is
I
so
am
sad.
pissed. He should have won, damn it. He
I
should have
look,
won.
I'm saying that from a point of like Raja was never even like competitive, and his teammate
No,
won
he
the
was
race
not.
in dominant
Yeah,
fashion. So like,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, these things happen. It's the truck series. Heim is clearly still in a very good truck on a very good team. It's just these things happen, and it's different
I
teams
could
when
have
they
went
happen.
three. I could have went 3 for 5, damn it.
Just pick Corey Heim
I
every
could have.
week. It's not that hard.
Dude, I am. I mean, I already picked him for next week, so. Anyway, on to the Xfinity Series. Jack had Sammy Smith, and I had Jesse Love. Your winner was Justin Algier.
Allgaier.
Algier. Algae. Um, your remaining top 10 was Sam Mayer, Austin Hill, Kyle Larson, Sheldon Creed, Jesse Love, Brandon Jones, Nick Sanchez, Daniel Dye, and Karsa
Quapple.
Wapple. Where is the W? Where is the fudging W, damn it. Your
Uh,
most places gained was 21, who was Daniel Dye, who went from 30th to 9th. Your most places lost was Taylor Gray, who went from 1st to 23rd, losing 22 places. And your DNFs were Truck God, Corey Heim, Matt Benedetto, and Christian X.
this is one that Kyle Larson should have won.
Yes, he should have. He should have had the three-peat. Well, okay. All things considered, this is revenge for Corey Heim. Corey Heim's car shutting off 4
Which is
times
why
in the
Corey
final
Heim
20
DNF'd in
laps.
this race.
No, that is why Kyle Larson didn't win. You
Yeah, yeah.
missed it. Kyle Larson didn't win because it was karma for Corey Heim's car should have winning.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I got it right in that it was going to be a JRM driver. It just was all Geyer. I think Sammy Smith won a stage, right? So
I have no clue.
I'll
I'm
hang my
not gonna
hat on
lie.
that.
I don't remember much for that race. I just know that
But
Kyle Larson didn't win, and I was happy.
and Sam Mayer's looked pretty good. The Fords in general have looked pretty good. They just haven't been able to quite finish the job. Because Creed's also up there.
Yeah, Creed I think was Creed was 5th. I think Creed was 11 last race, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but
But they're finishing well. Um, onto the Cup. Jack had the Reddick. And I had Kyle Larson. Um, and I said about damn time last time.
Kyle
And
Larson
you're
at
winning with
Homestead
Kyle
is
Larson.
unfair, dude.
Kyle Larson, I swear to God, dude, you need to retire, please. Please, I need you to win a championship and retire for the love of God. Because, oh my God, you are starting to piss me off. You are too damn fast on these walls. Um, Alex Bowman was your second place. Bubba M. effing Wallace was P3, followed by Chase Briscoe, Denny M.F. Hamlin at 5, Chris Buescher, AJ Allmendinger, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Preece, and Justin Haley running at the top 10. Your most places gained was Ryan Preece, who started 31st and ended 9th. And your most places lost was John Hunter Nemchek, who started 7th and ended 23rd. And your DNFs were Carson Hocevar and Ryan Blaney's 3rd DNF in a row. Blaney was looking dominant. He led 2/3 of the lap, and then his engine blew up. So that's really sad for Blaney because he really does deserve a win at this point.
Yeah. I mean, Briscoe needed that badly, feels like.
Yeah.
And Bubba, I don't know, like, it's clear that changing crew chiefs for him has made a huge difference because the car just feels and looks so much faster than it did. They don't have to do off strategies to try to keep up, all of that. But him straight up outrunning Tyler Reddick at Homestead is something I never thought I'd see, actually, in my life. Which is why we're both wearing matching hats today. But no, I mean, and that was a good battle too. There's only so much that Bowman could do. Obviously, you hit the wall, but he was going to get past one way or another. Larson's
Yeah.
just too good at this track.
And Bubba did really good. What's the stat that I sent you? He led 53 laps.
It was somewhere around there.
Yeah, he read 56 laps, the second most in the race. The first was Blaney, who DNF'd, and then Bubba led the next with 56 laps led.
And he's
And
been
put up a
fast.
really good fight.
I mean, he's been caught up in some stuff that's kind of outside of his control. Like,
Yeah.
got pinned up against the wall.
Had the
Other
brake
stuff,
issue.
but yeah, exactly. But he's been fast this year.
I love it. I love it. On to F1. Jack had Max. I had Lando. And your Piastri. Your podium placers were Lando Norris in P2 and George Russell in P3. Your most places gained was Ollie Behrman and Liam Lawson, who both gained 8 places during the race. Behrman, who went from 17th to 9th, and Lawson, who went from 20th to 12th. Your most places lost was Yuki Tsunoda, who went 9th to 16th, which was effectively last place. And Fernando Alonso DNF'd, while Lewis, Charles, and Pierre all disqualified from the race. I thought it was a good race. I thought it was good. Oscar got a win. Love that for him. And Georg has 2 consecutive podiums.
Yeah. I
Too bad they
This,
couldn't have done that when Lewis was at Mercedes those final 3 years, but it is what it is.
I mean, Russell was good. It's just it was kind of clearly Lewis's team. Um,
Yeah, but
now
the
it's
car is quick.
now it's clearly Russell's team. Um,
Oh yeah.
but this kind of felt like I don't know. This was very much like not what I expected coming out of Australia. Like double points for the Haas after they looked like the worst car I'd
Yeah,
ever
that
seen
was. I
the
love
first
that.
week. Like I I mean Lawson still sucked, so I guess that doesn't really change.
He was
But
doing well during the like he gained 8 places. Granted, like
four
four
of
of them
those
were
were
all ahead of
automatic.
them.
He
Yeah,
started 20th in a Red Bull.
fair.
Like
But
I
he's doing better. He's doing
he
better.
he
So
is doing better. Um and yeah, I don't know. It's good to see that Oscar won and that he was like allowed to win, so to speak. Um,
well, okay, okay, yeah. Let me just make this very clear to all these McLaren fans out here. Lando did not deserve that win today or yesterday. All right, let's get this clear. Lando was out the race. He was out the mix, right? Yes, he only finished 10 seconds behind him. But let's get this very straight. He had a brake issue. He isn't going to win the race in a brake issue. Let's be very clear. You can say team orders all this, team orders all that. There was no team orders this race. They were his strategy was to finish with the bad brake, and he did that.
I,
His plan
I
was never to beat Piastri.
I
So
also
watch out.
find it comical that anyone would think that team orders would be to benefit Piastri over Norris.
Oh, yeah, that would also be really funny. But also, one thing I want to point out: Alex Albon is putting his flaw on display, beating Sainz out again, finishing P.
He's
This
good.
man has, I think he has the same amount of points in the first 2 races of the season that he did all of last year.
Checks out.
And Sainz fans were like, "Oh my God, Albon gonna get wrecked by Sainz. Sainz is a much better." No, Sainz is a fraud. If it wasn't for the 4 disqualifications ahead of him, he wouldn't have finished in the points, right? So let's get this out of the way. Sainz is washed. Anyway, sorry, I just had to say that. I like Sainz, don't get me wrong, but like his fans were excruciatingly just awful about Albon, and I like Albon. He has my name, Alex, right? His girlfriend is a PGA Tour golfer and fashionista queen, right? So Carlos, Carlos has amazing hair, but like I don't like when people make drama within teams, like like Saints fans did to Albon, and also Charles fans
Well,
did to Lewis. But then again, Lewis fans are a
and
whole sort of fucked.
and and Charles and Carlos fans have been with each other.
Oh yeah, they've been beefing.
Yeah.
But we are the second race in a row that Lance Stroll has finished in the points,
And
and he
yet
has more points. He has
all
more
I
points
see
than Lewis and Charles.
all I see people talking about him are how he's like a nepo baby that doesn't deserve to be there. And I hate to break it to you that like a lot of the grid are there because their parents have money. Um, and he actually has the talent to belong there, unlike
Yeah.
historically some pay drivers. And I would
Yep.
argue, perhaps unlike some of the
Lando
rookies this
Norris.
year
I'm
so
just
far.
kidding.
But
Just joking. Just joking. I don't know if you heard that. Just joking. It's a joke. Lando was a pay driver, but he's outgrown it now. Just like Lance Stroll is outgrowing his pay driver status.
yeah, I mean, clearly he can hold his own.
Yeah, I mean that Aston isn't like that good. Let's be very honest. Like that Aston isn't that good, and he
Yeah.
has been doing
Well,
really well.
they're one of the teams that's focused primarily on next year, right?
That is true with Newey. So I'm enjoying Lance Stroll dominance. Is Lance Stroll dominance going to bore F1 fans? Let's see. Um, for IndyCar, Jack had Colton Herta and I had Alex Palou. Um, because we had the same first name. And there's 3 things that are guaranteed. And I've commented this on most IndyCar posts. There are 3 things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and Alex Palou is going to win. Um, and he won.
He's
Pato,
good.
yeah, Pato had a great race, right? Pato had an amazing freaking race, but Alex Palou is Alex Palou, and he will hunt your ass down.
I mean,
Speaking of that, Pato P2, Christian Lundgaard P3, and McLaren 2-3. The most places gained was Will Power, obviously, because why would he be not there when he qualified 21st? He went from 21st to 6th. The most places lost was Marcus Ericsson, former F1 bad boy, who went from 5th to 21st. And your DNF was Scott McLaughlin, who was not happy.
McLaren qualifying 1-2 is
Yeah, that was crazy.
like that. I didn't expect that, at least. I mean,
Nope, not
um,
even close.
I would like to say that Herta had a good run. He ran pretty well. He just, clearly isn't in the car that the other guys are. Although the difference
That
isn't big.
McLaren's
It's
great.
just, and Pelot is insane.
Oh, Palou is not. Dude, I would love to see Palou just jump to F1 and just destroy everyone. I would love it. And it'd be like taking candy from a baby for Palou. Um, but yeah. On to next week's races. So this week, on March 28th, you have the NCTS race in Martinsville for the Truck Series at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Jack, who's gonna win?
I got William Byron because I know damn well who you're going to pick. And so I'm going to go with Cup regular coming down in a Spire truck, takes the win again at a track that he's very good at.
I got Corey Heim, the GOAT. And I don't have to say anything else. He should have won. He should have won last race. He's won one already, two, something like that. He's gonna win again. There's three things guaranteed in the Truck Series: death, taxes, and Corey Heim destroying your favorite truck driver. I love using that phrase. On to Saturday, you have the NASCAR Xfinity Series race in Martinsville. Yes, that is the name of the race. That is a boring name. Get a title sponsor, please. That is on March 29th at 5 p.m. Eastern. Jack, who's winning?
Um, he's looked really good all year so far. He won, I think, both Martinsville races last year. So I think for once I'm going to take the low hanging fruit and pick Eric Almirola here.
That's a good pick. That's not a bad pick at all. I'm gonna go with Sam Mayer finishing the deal, finishing
That's
it
a good.
finally.
If I remember right, he's pretty good on the short tracks.
So I have him. I don't really care if he's good in the short tracks or not. He's finishing it finally. He's getting it.
Okay.
He's getting it. And on Sunday, you have the NASCAR Cup Series race in Martinsville. Yes, that is the name of the race. It's not fun. Get a title sponsor for the love of God. That is on March 30th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Jack, who do you have?
Bowman finishes the job. Um, I think that I'm fairly confident it's going to be a Hendrick driver, which means it's not going to be for sure. But I'm fairly confident it's going to be a Hendrick driver. And out of those, my gut was telling me not Larson. And then from there, it was spin the wheel of whose turn it is to win. And I just landed on Bowman.
Is Larson going to DNF?
No.
Okay, good prediction. I have Denny MF Hamlin, the best short track racer. Currently, he has the best finishing position on short tracks, and it's not by a lot. Let's be very clear. Like it's by like point 0.1 to the next, and then point 0.2 or something to Larson. Like it's not by a lot, but I trust that Denny Hamlin is going to win this race and then win the championship. I've been saying this all year. Denny's winning the championship, and I hope this happens because I'm going to speak it into existence.
All right.
Um,
Will it into existence. I want to see it.
yeah, I'm going to. Denny Hamlin wins. Now, Jack, are you good to do a TikTok time? Just one.
All right.
Or
What you
no?
got for me?
All
I
right.
am. My brain isn't here, so it might be embarrassing, but what you got for me?
All right. Do you want a NASCAR or do you want F1?
Give me NASCAR. I'll embarrass
All right.
myself in true fashion with the hat on.
No, you'll be fine. Uh, can you name every NASCAR Cup Series champion since 2000? And I'll give you a little hint. There's 14 drivers.
Since 2000?
since 2000. So there's
Oh,
14 drivers who've won since 2000.
can you help me out here? I'm gonna try to work mostly backwards. Um,
Okay.
but can you
I will tell you the years if you
help
get
with
the
years
joke.
if I need them? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yep.
start with Logano,
Yep. In 24, 22, and 2018.
then Blaney, Larson,
Yep.
Elliott,
Yep.
Kyle Busch.
Yep. In 2019 and 2015.
I that should be everyone through 2018 now, right? Like,
Um.
or did I miss a year in there?
Oh, did I miss? No, yeah, that's everyone through 2018. Yes.
Okay. Give me Truex.
Correct. 2017.
And now the years get a little funky in my head. Um, it's definitely Jimmy, obviously.
Jimmy in 2016, 2013, 2010, 29 or 2009, 2008, 2007, 2006.
Um, Harvick,
Harvick in 2014, that is correct. We're
Brad
now
in
at 20.
2012.
Brad in 2012.
Uh, now I'm starting to. Now you could tell my brain is breaking.
Would you like a hint?
Um, sure.
IndyCar champion.
Tony Stewart,
Tony Stewart in 2011, 2005, and 2002. You're now on to
Jeff Gordon.
2004. Jeff Gordon is one. He won in 2001, but there are two drivers who won before him more recently.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who have I not mentioned? Those just
I can
popped
give
out
you
as
a
like,
really
oh,
good
duh, you
hint.
haven't said this. But
I can give you a really good hint. If you'd
define
like.
really good.
It's gonna give it away. I'm not
Okay,
gonna lie.
okay,
If you would like it, you can have it.
sure.
His radios are fucked. They're so funny.
I mean, if I already said Kyle Kurtbusch,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Kurt Busch in 2004, and there's two left. 2003 and 2000.
2003 and 2000. See, the problem with that is I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, this is the year you were born, and then 3 years. But yeah, I can give you another hint if you
Sure,
would like.
that would be wonderfully helpful.
An act of revenge against Joey Logano.
Kenseth?
Matt Kenseth, that is correct. 2003, and there's one more. Now I don't know who this is, but he is a driver.
You
Um,
don't know who this is.
I don't know who this is. I've heard of him. I just don't know. Uh, I'm trying to look something up so I can. Um, yeah, I mean his first name is a King of the Hill character.
That doesn't help me.
Do you know any of his um Hey, that's Purse! Like that guy. Have you heard that
No.
clip before? No? What are
uh,
some other
only
he's also a famous baseball his name is also first name is also a famous baseball player for the Royals.
Bobby Labonte?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know that's how you said his last name. Bobby Labonte. Yes. Do you want to go one more?
Sure.
All right.
How's
This will be really easy because there's a lot of multiple time champions. Can you name all right, hold on. Can you name every F1 champion since the year 2000? And here's a hint, there are 8 drivers.
Max, Lewis,
Max, Lewis,
Vettel,
Vettel, yes.
Fernando,
Fernando, yes.
Nico?
Nico. So you got the latest four,
And
and
that's
then
5
there's
total,
three
right?
left. Five total. There's three left. They're both big names, or all of them are big names.
I mean, I would assume so, but now we're getting back old enough that my brain is going to melt trying to figure out years. Oh,
Would you like a hint?
sure.
This guy has the longest middle name in F1 history.
Oh, that's not going to help me.
Um, uh, I'll give the team away. 1 pound team.
Ah,
Does that help?
I still
Like
forget
the
who.
team was bought for 1 pound.
Um,
He every time Danica speaks, he cringes.
Button.
Yes, Jensen Button. There's two
To be
more.
clear, that was where my head was going after the 1 pound team bit. It wasn't that like sunk it in for me.
Oh crap. Um, there is two more. Um, one of them won five. The other one won one.
Unfortunately, even with 5, my brain is not there
There's a
today.
really big name you should be getting. Let the brain cogs turn. All
They're not
right, here's
turning.
another hint. It was five in a row
I'm
from
stupid.
2000 to 2004.
I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
From 2000 to 2004.
I'm stupid.
Come on, you got this.
No, there's no. The recall isn't there if it was like when I was born or before,
What's a good
fortunately.
Nick? What's like a good um do you want me to give it away in a really easy hint, or do you want me
Sure.
to like
Sure.
7 championships?
Schumacher.
Yes, Michael Schumacher. That was the easy one. Now you have one more between the. Do you want me to give you the in between the years?
Sure.
Between 2006 and 2008.
Oh.
So Alonso won in 2006 and Lewis won in 2008.
Oh no.
He is my second favorite driver in Formula One history. And
Formula
I
One
have a die
history.
cast of it. And I have a die cast of his.
You have a die. Oh, Kimmy.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, that
God
hurts.
dang it.
You
God
could
dang
tell. You could
it.
tell after both of those. I actually.
Yeah, your brain was farting bad, dude. What the?
It always does.
Michael
It's This is a
Schumacher. So
problem.
yeah, Michael Schumacher and Kimi Räikkönen over the last year. That is
Because
correct.
for some reason, I thought I said Kimmy too. That sucks. Um, but yeah, Schumacher. For some reason, I got so like once you said 5 in a row, I got so stuck on 5 total, and I was like, the years don't line up. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like, cause like when you like I was trying to make the years work in my head, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that was bad. Would you like to do one more? This one will be short.
Is it gonna be embarrassing as well?
No, no, no. It's just gonna be rake the. Okay, hold up. Let me get the last one done.
Uh oh.
No, 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 no. You're good. It's all right. It's all right. Um, all right. Here we go. You ready? Rank these NASCAR drivers without knowing who's next.
Hmm.
All right. So 1 through 5 is
Mm-hmm.
the where how you're gonna rank them. The first one, Tony Stewart.
I think by virtue of being the first one you name, and I've never done something like this with you, so I got no idea. I'm gonna say 3.
Great. Okay.
Because
Your
either
second.
okay, go for it.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say either like this is gonna be bad in one direction or another, but I'm just gonna play it safe.
Your second is Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Um, you know what? I'll go 4.
4. Okay. Your third is Dale Earnhardt Sr.
I'll go 1. I,
All right. Your fourth driver is Joey Logano.
oh, I think for meme purposes, it's got to be 2, if nothing else.
Where would you really put him?
It's 2 or 5, so I mean, it probably would be 2 regardless. But
And your last one
yeah,
is Ryan Preece.
number 1, easy.
So,
But no, number 5. I'll
meantime,
actually.
you did
Oh,
number 1. You actually did a damn good list.
yeah,
That's
no,
not
I'll
bad.
I'll live with that.
Like,
I could live with
seven
that.
time, 3 time, 3 time, no time, but a ton of wins, and then Ryan Preece. I mean, that's really good.
No, I will absolutely take that. I was
Hell
expecting
yeah.
you to pull out like Richard Petty or something for the last one, and like,
No,
oh,
no. I was gonna pull up Ryan Preece.
5
My God,
overrated. He's like the
my God.
Babe Ruth of
Whoa,
NASCAR. No,
whoa. Oh, you're saying Richard Petty? I think you were saying Ryan Priest was that. I was
no,
like,
no, 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 no.
whoa,
I was saying Richard Petty.
whoa.
It's like the
No, yeah,
Babe Ruth of
Richard Petty,
NASCAR.
the
Yeah,
Babe
try
Ruth of
doing it with
NASCAR,
actual
the
competition.
Ted Williams of NASCAR. Wait, no, Ted Williams didn't play that long. Who's a player that played the what's his name? Cy Young. Cy Young. Cy Young played a while.
I don't know, some old guy.
Right. The Bruce Arians of no, I'm just kidding. Oh. And yeah, you made it through the first TikTok time.
I will take that.
Congratulations.
I take that. I will live with
Um,
it. I
you
I
didn't do
will
that
forever
bad.
cringe at the F1 one because I don't know how my brain ever didn't. I'm gonna
It's all
kick
right. You
myself.
did good.
While
You
I'm
did
making
fine
dinner, I'm just gonna be sitting there
otherwise.
going, "Oh, Schumacher."
Gimme.
I
I don't
really,
know
I
what the
really,
hell also.
truly thought I said Kimmy. I don't know. I know I
You
didn't,
didn't.
but I like in my head, I like had already said it. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Thank you, by the way. For people
Yeah,
who
of
don't know,
course.
Jack got me this. It's a Lewis Hamilton Funko Pop. It is Mercedes, so it is garbage. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's Mercedes. It's this white race suit. I really like it. Thank you, Jack. I also, actually, fun fact, I got myself. So I got this for free because I got enough NASCAR fan cash that I got it for free. It's a Bubba Wallace diecast. Is this considered the diecast? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bubba
What
Wallace
scheme is that? I can't
diecast.
see. Lados or? Oh no, it's the Grimace.
Grimace. They didn't have the one that I wanted, which was the actual McDonald's one, but they did have Grimace. And since I am now a New York Mets fan, no, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I'm not a Mets fan. I'm a Giants fan. San Francisco, all the way. But Bubba Wallace Grimace. The lore goes crazy. Anyway, um, that is this episode. We got our TikTok time, we got our articles, we got our recap, and we got our preview for the week. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Jack?
I hope that anyone but your picks wins for each of these races.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
That's
Thank you.
that's all I gotta
And
say. I will be rooting like hell against Corey Heim, Sam Mayer, and Denny Hamlin. I gotta get one back here.
no, you can't. No, that's a sin. You can't vote. You can't root against Denny Hamlin.
Okay, fine. I'll root
All
double
right.
against Sam Mayer.
All right, that's fine. As long as it's not double against Corey Hahn. Anyway, thank you guys for watching or listening, and have an amazing day.